In 2018, GQ magazine put the Bible on the list of 21 books you don't have to read. They claim the Bible is foolish, repetitive, and contradictory. Sometime in 2023, a parent tagged the Bible as pornographic and called for it to be banned and removed from public schools. Yet, they allow children to be exposed to highly sexualized graphic contents in the name of sex education. Children are being taught anal sex, oral sex, and masturbation with explicit illustrations. During a pride event in England, a literal stripper was brought in to perform a striptease and simulate sexual acts in front of children as a dirty song played in the background. Drag queens now go to libraries or schools to read stories to children as young as 3 in a bid to normalize LGBTQ, promote tolerance and inclusiveness, and to raise awareness on gender diversity. In case you do not know, there are over 73 gender identities now. So gender is no longer as simple as he or she, and children are being told that they can take up whatever gender they feel like. Because to them, gender is a social construct and not rooted in biology. In other words, your genitalia, your penis or vagina, does not determine your gender. Your feelings do. And this assertion totally negates God's word in Genesis 1:27. So God created human beings in his own image. In the image of God, he created them. Male and female, he created them. So just as they are redefining marriage, they are also redefining gender, teaching or best indoctrinating children that men can menstruate or get pregnant. And because of this gender blurring agenda, the simple, straightforward question, what is a woman, has become the most complicated and controversial question to be asked in this time.
What is a woman?
Yeah. Great question. I'm not a woman, so I can't really answer that.
Can you provide a definition for the word woman?
Can I provide a definition? No,
Yeah.
I can't.
You can't?
Not in
Okay.
this context.
So
I'm not a
The
biologist.
meaning of the word woman.
But did you know that the United States of America, which is one of the countries at the forefront of the woke movement, had founding fathers and some early presidents who advocated that prayers and Bibles should be introduced in schools? Zachary Taylor, the 12th American president, said, "The Bible is the best of books, and I wish it were in the hands of everyone. It is indispensable to the safety and permanence of our institutions, especially should the Bible be placed in the hands of the young. It is the best school book in the world. I would that all our people were brought up under the influence of the Holy Book." Teddy Roosevelt, the 26th President of the United States, said, "The teachings of the Bible are so interwoven and entwined with our whole civic and social life that it would be literally impossible for us to figure ourselves what that life would be if these teachings were removed." He also said, "I enter a most earnest plea that in our hurried and rather bustling life of today, we do not lose the hold that our forefathers had on the Bible. I wish to see Bible study as much a matter of course in the secular college as in the seminary. I ask that the Bible be studied for the sake of the breath it must give to every man who studies it." Franklin Roosevelt, the 32nd President of the United States, said, "We cannot read the history of our rise and development as a nation without reckoning with the place the Bible has occupied in shaping the advances of the Republic. Where we have been the truest and most consistent in obeying its precepts, we have attained the greatest measure of contentment and prosperity." Even the US Supreme Court in 1844 ruled that all public schools across America were obligated to teach the Bible in order to receive public funding. So how did it happen that years down the line, that the Bible, which was once held in such high esteem, would be treated as a harmful thing and taken out of schools along with prayers and the 10 Commandments? If you are spiritually sensitive, you will know that this isn't merely a physical battle against flesh and blood. It's a spiritual one against the principalities and powers of darkness. It is not about human rights. It is a war against God. But let's look critically at this sex education thing. Do you really think that they're all about educating the children, or are they indoctrinating them? If you understand how the mind works and how the things we constantly expose our minds to influence our thoughts, our actions, words, belief, ideas, habits, identity, and character, you will know that this has nothing to do with educating the children or keeping them aware or informed. Their aim is as clear as day. They want to put in the children the curiosity to explore, which will eventually push them to break God-given sexual boundaries. They are taking their innocence away and grooming these children into early sexual activity and perversion, and ultimately raise a generation rebellious against God. And you wonder why they want the Bible banned. Because the Bible doesn't support what they believe. It doesn't agree with their lifestyle. Rather, it confronts them with the truth. And they hate that. John 3:20 says, all who do evil hate the light, and they refuse to go near it for fear that their sins will be exposed. The devil is working through people who are yielded to him to make the Bible inaccessible by banning or discrediting the Bible, or by twisting or watering down the truth written in the scriptures. He knows that the Bible is God's written word, and God's word is the truth. And knowing this truth sets men free from satanic bondage. He knows that this book exposes the lies he is selling to the masses, and so he wants people to remain ignorant of God's word. And if they are ignorant of God's word, they can't see the light nor come to the light, which is Christ. In that way, taking as many people to hell with him as possible. 2 Corinthians 4 verse 4 says, the God of this age has blinded the minds of unbelievers so that they cannot see the light of the gospel that displays the glory of Christ, who is the image of God. So whilst they ban the Bibles and keep it out of schools and libraries, they continue to push a very demonic agenda, indoctrinating children through the school curriculums or educational system, through entertainment and the media, cartoons, video games, music, movies, the news, books, magazines, adverts, products. Nothing is spared.
Satan's not an evil guy. He wants you to learn and question why. He wants you to have fun and be yourself. And by the way, there is no hell. Science is important, so we understand the world. Satan looks for truth. Let's tell him, boys and girls.
Everyone is a target, but children are even more easier targets, because not only are they extremely malleable and easily influenced, they are tomorrow's future. Jonathan Kahn said, when you get the children, you have the culture, and you've got the future. That means if you want to influence a culture, go for the children. And if you want to influence an entire generation, catch them young. Alice Bailey, the founder of the New Age movement and the creator of Lucifer Trust, now called Lucy's Trust, said, when you are changing a nation, don't bother with the old people. They are too stuck in their old traditions. They will not change, but go for the children. This is the same Alice Bailey who gave a 10-point plan on how to wipe out Christianity. 1. Take God and prayer out of the education system. 2. Reduce parenting authority over the children. 3. Destroy the traditional Christian family structure. 4. If sex is free, then make abortion legal and make it easy. 5. Make divorce easy and legal. Free people from the concept of marriage for life. 6. Make homosexuality an alternative lifestyle. 7. Debase art. Make it run mad. 8. Use media to promote and change mindsets. 9. Create an interfaith movement. 10. Get governments to make all these laws and get the church to endorse these changes. Today, we see all these things happening right before our eyes, constantly alerting us that this is no coincidence. Jesus, long before now, alerted us concerning the last days in Matthew 24 verse 12, that sin will be rampant everywhere and that the love of many will grow cold. This is not a time to be laid back or sit on the fence. It is a time for us to be alert and vigilant so we'll not be devoured by the devil. It is a time for you to pick your side. It is time for you to protect your children. But you can't protect your children by putting them in a bubble. You can't physically separate your children from the world. They're going to see things, they're going to hear things, because obviously we are in the world. So they must make contact with the world. It can't be avoided. So what do we do? Like I said, it is not by confining them. Your best bet is 1, to equip them to relate with the world around them. Raise them to be influencers for Christ. 2, be a godly example to them. They pay more attention to what you do than to what you say. Be their role model. 3, be actively present in their lives and monitor with love what they are watching or listening to, what they are being taught in schools, their friendships and their circles. 4, be real with them. Open their eyes to what is happening. There are age-appropriate ways you can talk to them about issues bordering on sex or other very intimate or sensitive issues. Train them up and teach them the godly perspective of things by getting them grounded in the Word. Deuteronomy 6:7-9 tells us how we can get our children grounded in the Word. It says, repeat them. What is them? God's Word, God's instructions or commands. Repeat them again and again to your children. Talk about them when you are at home and when you are on the road, when you are going to bed and when you are getting up. Tie them to your hands and wear them on your forehead as reminders. Write them on the doorposts of your house and on your gates. So literally submerge yourself and your children in God's Word. This Word inscribed in their hearts is what will guide them to make godly choices every day of their lives. So if you want to put up a protective wall around your children, put up the protective wall of God's word around them. Finally, number 5, pray for your children and constantly speak God's word over and into their lives. Your children were born for such a time as this. Do your part and watch God do his part. Parenting ought to be done in partnership with God. You can't do it alone. Thanks for watching. If this video has blessed you and you are interested in more content like this, please subscribe to my channel, and that way you'll be the first to know once I drop any new video. I also want to ask you to please help me to publish Jesus by liking, commenting, and sharing my videos. Share this video with someone. In that way, you make my videos, my channel, more visible on YouTube so that people can have access to the vital information that are contained in these episodes. Now, my name is Michelle. Till I come your way next time with another interesting episode, that's a promise. I want to say, have an amazing 2024. God bless you. Bye.